I want to welcome you to our online gathering today. My name is Dan. I am the pastor with the Village Church here in Stevensville. I want to encourage you to continue to pray for, support, and care for those around you as we keep maneuvering the realities in place for our culture, community, and the church. We had our first face-to-face gathering last week on the church's lawn, and we wanted to see people's feelings about coming together and what the response would be. For the first time of gathering since March, I think it was great. So we are going to look at another time that we can do that while the weather continues to be nice. We appreciate your generous giving and appreciate you still giving your tithes and offerings and donations by e-transfer to giving@wthevillagechurch.ca. If you're visiting us online and just checking things out, please don't feel any obligation to give. But for those of us who call the Village Church our spiritual family, we can continue to support in these ways. Checks can also be made out to the Village Church, Stevensville, and mailed to Box 131, Stevensville, Ontario, L0S1S0. We're finding a real need for some technological help. If you're able to assist me in this way, please send me a message. I'd really appreciate your support, and you'll see my email on the screen there. Your Village Church leadership team is meeting tomorrow night to discuss our plans moving forward as God's church. Please keep praying for guidance from God, and please hang in there and be patient as we journey this road. I know many are itching to get back to services like we used to have, so I know it weighs heavy on us. Hang in there. We're also going to be in touch with you regarding our tiny village churches. This is going to allow smaller cohorts of the church to gather in ways that align with the government regulations on public gatherings. So please support this initiative and invest in the ways that you can to be the church God is moving us to be. We have a special treat today as Diana Rowe has shared an original song with us. She is a gifted songwriter and singer, so allow this to be an encouragement to you in this time.
Hello, friends. So happy that you're joining us this morning to worship and celebrate together. It's always great to know that even when we're not able to see each other in person, to know that in this way that we are still connected and that we are still joining together. So the songs that I picked this morning are on the theme a little bit of waiting on God and waiting in our circumstances. And we all certainly understand what that feels like and looks like over these last months, and still in many ways now we are waiting. And maybe you've had seasons like that before in your life. I know I certainly have. And I find that while it's not always an enjoyable season, quite often is not, it's certainly seasons of waiting certainly teach you about yourself, and they teach you about God. And so these songs talk about that time, and they talk about who our God is, that He is a faithful God. He is a God who can be trusted. He doesn't change. He is one that we can depend on. The things that are true about Him are true always, and they're true while we wait, even if they feel different or show up differently. They're still true. He is still faithful. He still loves us, and He is worthy of our worship. So let's join in that together.